Good evening, gentlemen. I'm going to smoke some Stonehaven tonight. So it's about to get very, very real. Check out that serious, chunky, bacony Virginia action. You have perhaps heard the idea that civilizations oscillate between Apollonian and Dionysian extremes. Apollos being the god of sun, and Dionysius being the god of wine and riot. So that would be a framework through which, for example, to view Rome, or to view the West, comparing the Elizabethans to the Victorians to us. You would think, well, we're on that scale of Apollonian order versus Dionysian chaos. Where do we stand? And that's a window into a doctrine that I think is unique in solving one of the most fundamental problems of existence. The problem is the problem of the one and the many. It's the problem of the obvious existence in human life and nature of both unity and diversity. True unity, true diversity. There are many distinct chairs, and yet one Platonic form. Right? That's the idea. Father Abraham had many sons. I am one of them, and so are you. So this idea of just as there are many, so there are one. Just as there is crowd, so there is individual. Just as there is similarity, there is difference. Just as there is unity, there is diversity. Now, one of the problems of human existence has always been that we can't settle on one or the other, because they're both very real. So whenever we move too far towards diversity, there's an urge, a violent urge to unity. When we verge too far into unity, there's a violent urge towards diversity. Now, every religion in the world falls into either the unity or the diversity category. Right? So we could use Camille Paglia's framework of sky gods versus earth gods, of heaven versus nature, to draw the crudest line. The pagan gods of fertility, birth and death, and blood on the ground, and crops and rain. The gods of nature are the gods of diversity. And then the gods of heaven, the gods of disposition and goodwill or ill will, of blessings and curses. The gods who have to who we have to reach out to, because their stern faces. Those are the gods of unity. Jupiter, Apollos, and those gods have different effects on mankind. So, the greater achieve is in the sky gods. That comes at the cost of individuality. The greatest harmony with nature, the greatest appeasement, I suppose, of death, lies with the gods of diversity. To all the little gods and all the little rivers. But they drag us down, which is our blood and mire. And every single faith falls into that. Most of the great religions of the world are sky god religions. And even the ones that proclaim harmony, some of the Eastern religions, they're religions of order, not harmony. Everything is converging on a oneness. The only thing that can hold oneness and manyness, that paradox of human existence, in tension, is the doctrine of the Trinity. That the idea that there's one God who is many at the same time. One God, three persons. What that allows for is for the existence of difference with love. Unitarianism demands conformity before love. Trinitarianism can handle difference, thrives on difference, loves difference. Now someone might say, does that mean that God and you will love me regardless of what I do? No. But it does not mean that you have to be exactly like God or exactly like me to be loved of God. This, by the way, is a key part of why Christianized parts of the world respect women more. So women, you may have noticed, are not like men. And when there's one monad that we're all trying to get to, well, since we men are narrating this thing, clearly women are a few steps behind us. They're not as close to being monad-like, God-like as we are. But in the Trinitarian framework, the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit being equal power, glory, equal in worth, and yet honoring each other and deferring to each other, having different roles. That means we can be different from each other. Well, I'm in danger of wandering well over the 10-minute mark, so I'm going to stop and just sum it up by saying, hooray for the doctrine of the Trinity. Not only in what it tells us about God, but then what it tells us about ourselves, which is we don't all have to be the same. Cheers, y'all.